What's up? So this is for April 7th, 2026. It's Tuesday. Coming into the morning, I had a pretty clear. Oops. I had a pretty clear understanding of what I wanted to see and what my plan was. So we had put in this SMT at the highs from yesterday. We had put in a change in the state, so we closed through these last series of up close candles. There was this inverse for value gap, and we had generated stacked sell side underneath here with the 8 o'clock candle. So overall, I mean, higher time frame, we were bullish, like we're holding this 4-hour busy, and there's stacked buy side up here, and overall, I mean, there's more stacked buy side here, more stacked buy side up here. So overall, I'm like, okay, well, we're showing signs of being bearish. Higher time frame is bullish. So to move higher, we have to move lower first. But zooming in, so we had the 30-minute, we had this 30-minute for value gap, and at open, I'm coming in, I'm waiting, and let me go back to here. So I took my first position basically a minute in, because what I wanted to see was us move higher, manipulate basically this high, and then show that we were going to move lower. So I was zoomed into the 30-second. As soon as we took this and showed manipulation, we're holding that SMT. We had an internal 2022 model. There was a 30-second for value gap that we closed through. I was basically short right there. And then, so we close, and I'm targeting this stacked liquidity down here. And then we come up, we rebalance this for value gap, and I had just barely gotten stopped out. I had my stop basically at the open of the 2nd-minute candle, and I was just a little bit too close with that. Now we see internal, so I was basically stopped out here. What then I was seeing is, okay, is my model going to continue playing out? And we have this for value gap here, which is basically after we have made an SMT down here and already taken sell side here. So I'm waiting. This is now my change in the state. I'm waiting for us to close through this, and I take my second position. My stop is above the inverse for value gap, and then I'm targeting the stacked sell side. So you'll see in the following videos that my first got stopped out too soon, and then as soon as we took this sell side level, I moved my stop to break even though I was pretty confident in literally everything that I was seeing, and I got stopped out at break even. This was a super clean move. Order blocks holding, changing the state holding. It was just, I got stopped out. I didn't get the delivery that I had wanted, and I moved my stop to break even on that. So it was a day where I was super confident in seeing us move lower, and like literally everything that I wanted to see played out. I executed on it, and it didn't end up working for me, which the market causes max pain. So there isn't too much for me to say today. I would say that my first entry was a little bit early. However, I had a lot of conviction in this. My model was there. We had higher time for manipulation, lower time for manipulation, reason to move lower, clear draw liquidity. The new week opening gap was down here. We had not yet returned to it. And yeah, overall, it was just, these things happen, right? So can't really dwell on this, just need to keep trading in a way where you are focused on building habits, focused on building conviction in your model. And yeah, that's really it. You're gonna lose, you gotta learn how to lose, and can't really dwell too much on it, just learn and get better. So here's my first position. You can see that on the 32nd we had this tiny little change in the state. We had the inverse fair value gap, and as soon as we closed through those, that is when I entered my first position short. You can see my stop is placed sort of up near consequent encroachment of the 30-second wick, and I am targeting lower. I didn't get the best fill, but it was only like, what's that, 12 points? But yeah, so this is my entry. So then you can see I actually moved just that whole position calculator down. I should have kept my stop up higher, just because that is where I actually wanted to be risking. I'm only risking 130. I was really low size on this, almost quarter size if I'm sizing for 1%, and then sizing for 0.5%. I was at about a half position size. So we see that we get some consolidation here. We've already taken out that internal low on ES. We have that opening range gap that's higher. So now we start to sell off. We take that second internal low, and this is where we reverse a little bit, where I end up getting stopped out. My stop was just too close here, really zoomed into the 30-second, and we really just get wicked out. This has been happening to me really a lot, where I'm just getting wicked by a couple points when I get an entry, which it is part of it. The fact that it keeps happening, there may be something to address where I'm like, okay, maybe my stop is a little bit too close on my positions. But the model is still valid, so we're waiting. So now we have this fair value gap. So in order for this to be confirmed again, I would want to be entering as soon as we break this. Really, I should have been on ES on this because it is the more bearish asset. We actually moved up above and took the that buy side level on NQ. We did not see that on ES or YM for that matter. And then we get delivery, and I'm marking out this next low, which is where I do put my stop to break even. There wasn't really a reason to do so other than potential reversal against me. I was still super confident in my model, everything that I was seeing. I honestly just didn't want to get stopped out and lose more money because I had a bad week last week, and I don't know, thinking about the money, which is not the right place for my head to be at. So you'll see we get delivery, we take out that low, immediately we run back, I get stopped at break even, and then it just sells off like crazy the rest of the day, taking out the 4-hour external sell side on NQ, leaving it on ES, creating a SMT to move higher. This was just one of those days where everything is super perfect, and yet the execution isn't fully there and the management isn't fully there. So just a good day to learn, good day to be in the market. A loss does not mean that you are a failure. It just means that you lost. So